Hello and welcome back to the channel. Stevie's Adventures, all about hiking, wild camping and outdoor adventures. And I'm back out, and as you can see the weather is fairly brutal, very wet. All the streams are in full gushing force. It's just stopped raining enough for us to do a little bit of videoing. Thought I'd say hello. I got halfway up where I was going and realised I'd forgotten something. I'd left it on top of the car and I had to go back for it. Not a pleasant experience considering I'd already gained some height. I had to go all the way back down. Today I am on my way up to Kentmere Pike, and then hopefully after finding somewhere to camp I shall come back down to the car via Shipman's Knot. These are two wainwrights that I've wanted to tick off. There is not going to be any drone footage because it is going to be fairly windy later on, but I have got a plan and I'll tell you about that in a minute. So the hike up to the summit of Kentmere Pike is a fair old yomp, and the summit sits at around about 730 metres or something, and there's two paths. One leads you into a false sense of security, which is quite moderate and doesn't actually go to the summit. The other one veers off to the right and just goes straight up, and that's the one I've got to go up to gain some altitude. It is cleared up a little bit. The rain has stopped for now. I don't think it's going to stay stopped. I'm hoping that it stays stopped long enough, or it clears up enough for me to take these waterproof trousers off, because they feel quite claggy inside. Now, believe it or not, this is the path. Very brutal, but I've got to get up there. Then I'm going to tell you what my plan is, because my plan tonight, because it's going to be fairly windy, I'm going to have to find somewhere very sheltered to place my tent. I've done a bit of research, and at the top of Kentmere Pike there is a wall, and that wall has a right angle in it at the top, and if it gets windy, it doesn't matter what direction it's coming in, I'll be able to hide behind the wall. Hopefully there's a flat spot to put my tent. Anyway, I'm going to get up this. Brutal. Steepness seems to have levelled out a little bit. I've got a little bit of easier walking, and the path's more visible as well. I'm not actually sure whether I was on the right path, to be honest, or whether I was just walking up a stream. Who knows? But I'm on the right track now, because I've just checked the map and I'm about halfway there, and I think most of the elevation is, well, the steep elevation is done. Well, I'm just on this last part of the yomp up to Kentmere Pike. Now, I've missed out Shipman's Knot. Hopefully tomorrow, when I'm on my way down, I shall take this route down and tick off Shipman's Knot. I think that's what it's called without looking at the map. I don't mind saying this is a canny yomp up here. It's kind of straight up. Yeah, but I'm not far off. Let's get there. I'm kind of glad that the rain has held off. It is spitting and it is very damp, but at least I'm not getting soaking. The waterproofs are shedding the rain quite adequately. Apart from my back, that's getting a little bit sweaty. Well, that can't be helped, can it? Well, this is the top of Kentmere Pike. I'm almost there. I can just see it on the other side of this wall. And I do believe there is a stye to get over the wall. Now I'm going to have to work out which way the wind is blowing and work out where I'm going to put my tent, because I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to touch the summit and then I'm going to find somewhere to pitch very quickly, because it's fairly late. It's almost 3:45 and it's getting dusky dark now, so I really do need to get this tent up. Well, here we are, Kentmere Pike, and the views are absolutely tremendous. You can't have sunshine and glorious, clear, crystal weather all the time, can you? Right, I need to find somewhere to camp. And the wind is blowing this way, so anywhere on this side of this wall should be all right. Although it does look like it's a little bit of a path. Well, I've found my pitch and it's quite nice. It's a little bit boggy in places, so just here would be really nice. Shelter from the wind from both directions, but it is a little bit boggy there. But the wind is blowing this way, and I'm just going to put my tent down here somewhere. Let's get it up, waste no time. Well, that is the tent up, nice and sheltered against this wall, and I do have a wall coming all the way around, so I'm in like a corner. Over that way is the way to Hartfell, which I'm not going to today or tomorrow, and alongside this wall is where I've pitched my tent, nice and sheltered, because the weather is quite rough. It is fairly chilly, about 2, probably about -3 or 2 in the wind, so I'm out of the wind behind this wall. So I'm going to get my gear in, I'm going to get set up. The time is getting late and the sky is darkening. It's becoming night. It's about 4 o'clock, 4:30, something like that. So it is starting to get dark and it is starting to get very chilly. And when you're out in the wind, I can feel my fingers starting to go numb. So I'm going to get in this tent, and I am all set up as well. I'm in the usual gear. I'm in the Hilleberg Solo red label. I would like to upgrade it to a black label. Given all the wind that I've been camping in, the red label isn't quite as stable. Some 10 milli poles wouldn't go amiss. Anyway, I'm in the usual winter stuff. Still using the OEX Leviathan EV sleeping bag. Still doing the trick, although I would like to upgrade that as well. I'm using the Flex Tail pillow and the Big Agnes Rapide SL insulated sleeping pad, and of course an insulated foil mattress in the bottom of the tent to keep me extra warm. I am using the footprint as well, so it should be extra waterproof. Food and gear over there, and I do have something very interesting to show you. I come across it on a it was actually TikTok. I was watching a reel and I seen it, and so I searched for it. It's from Fire Maple, and it's something to do with my cooker. So in a moment I'm going to make myself a nice cup of coffee and I'll show you it. Oh, Well, I'm nice and cosy in the tent now, and I want to show you this. It's from Fire Maple. I know you probably can't see where it is, but if I open it up, it's very lightweight, and although it doesn't make much sense to you at the moment, it very soon will. It's got one leg on one side, but no leg on the other. It's just got a little hole, and I'll just show you what it's for. I'll just show you it, and that's basically it. It's got a stand on one side, a table on another, a hole for your gas bottle to go through, and it does use the different gas bottles has something to adjust on here for the height, and you can put whatever cooker that you're using on top. I think this will work well for the likes of these burners, these little dangly burners that could topple over in the tent, because I've always had a problem with stability of me cooker inside the tent when I'm using it, because using a stove inside the tent is a little bit risky, but with this I think this might work. Oh yes, very nice. I do have myself some chocolates to go with my coffee. That one there, and that's from God knows where. It's from hotel, and these are mints from the Sultan of Keswick. It's an Indian place. Very nice as well. A very nice restaurant. I don't know if it's changed hands or anything, but I was there last week, so look at that. Nice. Let's have a go. Very strong chocolate. Well, I've got some nice bait for tonight. Got some of me famous, noodles. I've got 2 packets of them. I have some beef jerky. And I've also got some sweet chili chicken skewers. And I'm going to have one of them now. Quite a walk up here. Very nice. It's time for the drinkies. And I've got something very special. I've got like a little 3-ounce flask. And it hasn't got whiskey in, it's got vanilla vodka in. And I'm going to stick that in my cup. Being careful not to lose the lid. Just whack it in. Not messing about here, I'm just going to put it all in. It does come in handy, this little table. I'm really enjoying it actually. Actually, with all these cans and little hip flasks and food and stuff, I should be fairly lightweight on my way down, because I did carry up 2 litres of water. After the last saga where I ran out of water and I was really thirsty, and I normally just rely on filtering it, but I didn't come across any. I didn't think there was going to be any viable water source up here as well. It's nothing worse than not having water. It's probably pretty dangerous as well. So I brought a little bit of water up with us, 2 litres actually, and I always get some on the way back down when I'm going back to the car. But in the car I've got some supplies. I've got some Lucozade Sport and stuff. Well, not Lucozade Sport, the Aldi copy. Anyway, vanilla, vodka and Coke. It's one of my new favourites. From looking at the tent, you wouldn't think there was any wind at all. It seems really calm. As per the title of this video, finding somewhere sheltered to camp is fairly important, and there's plenty of places. So a little bit of wind shouldn't always stop you from going out. It doesn't stop me most of the time. But sticking your tent up in horrific high winds and like trying to get some sleep in really high winds is really not pleasant unless you're crazy. But this, I can't even hear the wind. But I've just been outside and it is still breezy. It's not as windy as I thought it was going to be, or that the weather forecast said it was going to be. It is still a little bit breezy, but you can't feel or hear any of it because of this wall. And there's loads of walls on tops of fells, so you can still summit camp, find yourself a nice divot or a wall or a big rock, and strategically put your tent somewhere where there's shelter, and it makes all the difference. It makes a horrific night become a nice pleasant one like this. Well, it's pitch black out there and it's still quite claggy, so you can't see much. Well, a little bit look about, but you cannot see a lot. So I don't think I'll be going back outside for the rest of the night. Maybe to stretch my legs and have a toilet break, but for now I'm going to put my nature hike down trousers on. These are just beautifully warm. A must have in the winter. Well, it started raining again. It's nice and peaceful. Do you know, sometimes you get camps where it's just like get in your tent, get warm, you're freezing, get something down your neck, go to sleep. But some camps are just surreal, just so peaceful and calm. Anyway, I was just sitting here and I heard someone coming past, and I didn't have time to turn my light off, but I'm sure they stopped and then moved on. A little bit creepy, but it is still early. It's about 6:30 now. So in reality, it's still early. Some people like to hike at night. Good job he didn't come earlier. Catch us talking to myself. So that's my noodles on. Have you seen all the flavourings you get with these? You get, obviously I've got 2 packets of noodles in there. And in each one you get these 2 sachets. One says fried onion, the other one's seasoning. And then you get this one here, and in here there's 3 compartments. You've got sweet soy sauce, chili sauce and seasoning oil. One of them's black, one of them's like a pale oil colour, and one of them's just like a pink colour. Yes, look at them beautiful noodles. These are the finest noodles ever. If anybody can find these noodles, and I'll put a picture up here, these are the ones you want. They are just unbelievable, but you can't seem to buy them. When I did buy these, I bought about 30 packets. They're slowly dwindling down to 0. Well, that was lovely. I really enjoyed those noodles. The rain has started again, and that's my cue to shut down and go to sleep. And I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Had a lovely sleep last night. The sound of the rain and the breeze, soothing noises there were. It has rained a bit during the night and the wind did get up, but I'm lovely and sheltered behind this wall. It was a perfect pitch. It's about 7:15, so it's still a bit dark. I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee and a bit of beef jerky for my breakfast. And then I'm going to pack up once it's light and head off to Shipman's Knot, which is a wainwright I haven't done yet. Hopefully that'll be good. Well, my little pump lights ran out finally. I must have used it quite a bit last night, so haven't used my head torch for a little bit of light because it's not quite light enough outside. The sun has not come up yet. I don't think it's going to either. Anyway, I'm going to have this coffee. Well, I've just left the campsite and it's rather murky today. Anyway, as I've always said, leave no trace, make sure you pack everything away. Now I'm going to make my way to Shipman's Knot. This here is Kentmere Pike trig. It's fairly cold, so I'm going to head off down to Shipman's Knot. So at this point, I'll leave the path that I came up on and I'm heading off down a different way. And this is where I go to Shipman's Knot. I think that's what it's called. Just another way right to take off. Hopefully this cloud clears a little bit once I get down a bit. And that's a great and an excellent example of sheltering from the wind. Behind a wall or something. Saying that, really you should check that the wall is stable enough to put your tent close to in case it is a wall that could be blown over, depending on how high the winds are. But if the wall's pretty well maintained, it should be okay. So I seem to have found the path. I was wandering alongside this fence and I seen this path, so this must be the right one, hopefully. And I can see a little bit of sky through this clag, so I think this was going to clear today and it's just a bit of a low cloud, hopefully. And hopefully it's going to clear as I get down a bit. I think it will. Well, I'm out of the clouds, out of the clag, and into what's looking like it's going to be a fair sunny day, although it is still a little bit chilly. It's amazing how much colder it is just about 150 metres up. It's astonishing, really, just out of the sun. And it's amazing how quick it's got light, to be honest. I didn't think it was going to get light this morning. It's about 8:30 now. No, it's about 8 o'clock now. It doesn't get light till about 8 o'clock, 7:30. Just negotiating that bit of mud. Oh, beautiful. And I feel good this morning. I didn't have as much to drink as I normally do. I've tried to cut down a little bit. A drink when you're on a wild camp is really nice, but if you have too much, it sort of spoils it a bit because you don't feel fresh in the morning. To have a nice stroll in the morning, and you just want to get down and get home. But if you just have a little bit, it's nice. Wow, that looks beautiful, that. Look at that. Well, that must be it. Believe it or not, this is the summit of Shipman's Knot. Just this one here, or the next one. If you look on the map, there's no cairn or out like that. It's just the top of the hill, basically. So I think that is Shipman's Knot done. All there is left to do now for me is to head off back down to the car, down Shipman's Knot. So that does bring us to the end of another video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed the video, drop us a like and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps, and I shall see you on the next one.